Hello, Smartereumers. Welcome to the third edition of Blockchain Smarts, where we talk to the smartest minds behind the most interesting projects in the blockchain world. My name is Mahesh Sachdev. I'm the co-founder of Smartereum, and our guest today is Nix Nolledo, founder and CEO of ODX, Open Data Exchange. Hi, Nix. Thanks for joining, and welcome to Smartereum TV. Let me jump right in. What is ODX? What problem are you trying to solve?
The problem that we're trying to solve with the Open Data Exchange is actually very fundamental. 80% of all internet users in the world live in an emerging market. And for 90% of emerging market internet users, they're only online through paid internet access, an average of 6 days out of 30 days.
Okay.
These guys will be prepaid mobile users that have an average phone bill of $3 to $4 per month. But they will be buying prepaid airtime credits in 30 to 40 US cent increments, which means only 10 out of 30 days will they have prepaid airtime credits on their phone. If they have a smartphone, 5 or 6 of those 10 days, they'll buy a 24-hour data sachet. The rest of the time, they look for free public Wi-Fi or they go to free Facebook, which is free to serve in almost all emerging markets.
Right.
And so you can imagine for a bulk of the world's population, the internet to them is a very, very small and narrow space. It is defined by only a few big publishers, meaning websites and apps, that have the scale to make their service free to serve. So when we created the Open Data Exchange, one of the first things we said is that we should be able to bridge the digital divide, ironically using digital. Late last year, I started a centralized platform called Make Free. It wasn't on the blockchain yet. And what we did was we took our services. So we're in games, we're in e-commerce. I've been an investor in a variety of consumer tech startups. And we took our services and we took some of our partner publisher services, e-commerce, ride sharing, and so on, onboarded them on Make Free. And essentially, each time a consumer uses any of those apps or websites to our platform, the user is not charged for internet access. The group that pays for it is the publisher. So we were emulating a free Facebook experience to a small subset of websites and apps. And the results were very dramatic. You know, the cost to acquire a paying user dropped from $4 to less than $1.
Wow.
Imagine your ad appears on a free-to-serve website or app like Facebook. The user clicks on the ad, takes him out of the free roaming or surfing environment. Then the user is told to buy airtime credits to see the landing page. Can you imagine what the user would do? He would leave.
Wow.
Daily active user count more than doubled. Average time spent more than doubled. Effectively, for every 100 gigabytes of data that we sponsored, we drove about $18,000 worth of transactions.
Wow.
Simply by making the internet free to serve. So the problem we're solving is very significant. You can have all the decentralized applications in the world. You can have all the stable coins in the world. You can have all the fintech apps in the world.
Right.
If most of the internet population is not able to surf the internet 30 out of 30 days, the utility to them is diminished. So that is the problem that we want to solve.
The ODX promise is free internet for the emerging markets. But you know as well as anyone, nothing is really free, right?
So late last year, I ran into a good friend of mine, David Seymour, who is actually in Manila. So David Seymour is the CEO of DNA, a big advisory firm out of LA, advisory firm on crypto and blockchain projects. And I was showing Make Free to David. And David said, you know, Nix, to make this opportunity exponentially larger, both from a commercial and an impact standpoint, we should decentralize it and put it on the blockchain. And as he was sharing, he was saying, if you continue to scale Make Free as is where is, you become a walled garden. where groups that are not part of your ecosystem will go against you and they'll say you are violating net neutrality principles by giving an unfair advantage to certain players and not to everyone else. And I told Dave, Dave, I'm not a natural crypto guy. I've been a tech entrepreneur in emerging markets, especially in Southeast Asia, for almost 2 decades now. But admittedly, I'm not a natural blockchain person. He said, no worries, DNA, the company that he runs, has never taken on an Asian project before. He said, you could be the first. Let's help you figure this out and help you incubate and scale Make Free to a much larger opportunity through the blockchain. And so we parked the team in LA. I flew in and out, and we put together what is today the Open Data Exchange. So let me explain how the Open Data Exchange works. There is a B2B and a B2B2C portion to the Open Data Exchange. On the B2B portion, it's very straightforward. Any publisher, whether they be as big as an Amazon.com or as small as a Nix'sBakeShop.com, can integrate and connect to any ISP as large as a telecom company or as small as a hotel Wi-Fi provider to pull the data purchase to make their service free to serve to their consumers. We've seen across every category, messaging, e-commerce, games, media, and so on, simply having your product available 30 out of 30 days rather than just 5 or 6 out of 30 days will surely increase your consumer metrics. And take note, most of these publishers are venture capital funded, and their valuation is predominantly driven by how did they grow their consumer metrics. So very much aligned there. A percentage of all those transactions are given for free to the users of our partner publishers as free ODX coins. Those users can claim those coins in the ODX reference wallet or can claim it actually inside the partner publisher's ODX wallet. It's the choice of the publisher. If the user claims those coins in a third-party wallet, that user gets access to data sachets from a whole universe of internet products and services. Take note, the predominant business model of the internet is a freemium business model. Games, Netflix, Spotify, and so on.
Right.
To an emerging market user, there is no such thing as a freemium business model. That user has to separately buy internet access in order to play a game, has to separately buy internet access in order to listen to music. So in the ODX wallet, the user can say, oh, I want to buy 30 minutes of access to Candy Crush. I want to buy 1 hour of access to watch ESPN.com. The reason why we say free internet is in that wallet, we are partnering with a variety of decentralized applications, which will be announced in the coming weeks. These decentralized applications will do things that allow the user to lend his phone's compute power, his GPU and CPU cycles, so that he can earn more ODX coins. We'll give the user the ability to lend out his excess storage capacity. We'll give the user the ability to lend out his personal information completely with his permission so that he can get access to advertising offers, credit scores, and whatever that could give value to a third party. We'll give the user's attention so that he gets rewarded for the attention that he's given. So we are going to provide every opportunity for a user to earn more free ODX coins, which really represents data as transport, which results to free internet. Having said that, that user may be a super heavy internet user. He might be into AR or VR or very high definition video. And whatever means that we provide for him to get free internet access to ODX coins is insufficient. Of course, that user will still have the capacity through the wallet to be able to buy additional ODX coins. But every intention is driven by giving the user every facility that could be available to him within our grasp, within our reach, within the community, to allow him to get more free internet access opportunities.
So Nix, tell us about yourself.
I'm your most unusual tech entrepreneur. You know, I graduated after the year of the Asian financial crisis, so unfortunately, I'm not that young anymore. I ended up working at a KFC mall branch as a shift manager. Stayed there a couple of years, and then started my first tech company, which is called Xurpas, with $1,350 of paid-up capital. I couldn't program a single line of code because I'm not an engineer. So my two partners in Xurpas are very intelligent engineers, and they really provided the engineering bandwidth and capacity to allow us to execute on our projects. We found a lot of success doing mobile games for emerging markets, understanding that when it came to in-app purchases, most app stores would charge users a minimum of 99 cents to make an in-app purchase, when we knew the amount of money that they had in their wallet was significantly less than 99 cents. So we started doing sachet payment mechanisms for people to make digital goods purchases for mobile games, targeting emerging market users. And then we allowed prepaid airtime credits as a form of currency to pay for this. You know, we never raised any venture capital, never took on a loan, grew the business to become the largest tech company in the Philippines.
Wow.
On top of that, I became probably the largest angel investor in the country. So a lot of the most valuable tech companies in the Philippines, based on last round of valuation, as well as some of them in Southeast Asia, I was fortunate enough to be a seed investor. It's not saying much though, because you can imagine the Philippine tech ecosystem is still quite small. I've always intended to push and evangelize as much as I can to make it larger.
Right.
For my efforts, I've been thankfully recognized by peers. So I won the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year for the Philippines a couple of years ago. Won the Outstanding Young Men TYM Award. And got recognized to become the first Endeavor entrepreneur to be selected out of the Philippines by the Endeavor Network. So I've been a very old school tech entrepreneur, and I look at things from a very fundamental standpoint. Ultimately, every technology is an enabler. And when I saw the opportunity and what the blockchain and decentralization can provide, it's again another framework to try to understand how to generate a lot of value that doesn't really just go to one big central authority. It's spreading that wealth to multiple groups who are able to benefit.
Nix, tell us a little bit about the rest of your team. You kind of mentioned about your co-founders at Xurpas. Have they followed you to ODX as well, or do you have a different set of team people over here?
So we have a team of 34 people in ODX.
Wow.
A lot of the senior management I cherry-picked. They came from Xurpas and Xurpas subsidiaries.
Right.
We've had a history and a track record of executing successfully across many initiatives. So there's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of familiarity with our approach. Having said that, we've actually engaged with a couple of international firms who've been introducing us to a lot of senior talent who we will be introducing them in the weeks to come as they join us in our mission for ODX. But on top of that, you know, the guys who have become advisors and become participants in our token sale are very world-class and very international. I mean, in the US, we have guys like Montero on board. Obviously, we became the first Asian project of DNA. One of the founders of Akamai, Randy Kaplan, is on board. We got Andromeda out of Switzerland. We got Kinetic out of Hong Kong. Strong Ventures out of Korea. But even when it comes to individuals, we got Christian Zafaria, who's the chief advisor for Orange Telecom for Africa and the Middle East. We got Jonathan Finch, who has been supporting Liquid Telecom, which has the most thousands of kilometers of fiber under the ground in Africa, with all ISPs and telco staff. The largest telco group in Africa, which is MTN, the former CEO of MTN South Africa is also on board. We got the Edith Yung, who was one of the founding team members of the Dolphin browser, now heads 500 startup Shanghai, is also on board. So really, people from different parts of the world who have been very successful. Some of them crypto, some of them not, but see the common pain point, have pushed and become supporters of the ODX initiative. So team years of working together, very strong chemistry, very strong track record. Advisors and token buyers who at the same time also have global reach and a very strong network. We've also announced partnerships with groups such as UDeal. So UDeal is the largest peer-to-peer services marketplace in the world. They have 50 million active users in China. When they saw ODX, they said, look, we want to start expanding outside of China and we don't really have the experience going after very base of the pyramid consumers. We believe ODX can be very impactful to those types of users. So,
wow. Okay.
We'll also be announcing a ton of publisher partners moving forward.
You're not looking at ODX as being limited to just the Philippines, right? You're planning on this will be worldwide in all emerging markets.
Yes.
Okay.
80% of the world's internet population, more than 3 billion people, live in an emerging market. So it's clearly not a Philippine-only problem. But the Philippines, I believe, fourth fastest growing economy in the world, very strong English-speaking, very strong Western influences, but still 90% of the population is poor. I believe we're a very strong launch pad for a project like ODX. So, being a champion of the local tech community, there are a lot of other exciting projects coming from the Philippines, and I'm excited as they go and set forth and journey beyond the country. I'm always very supportive of their success as well. So ODX for me, its success represents more than what our team can provide, but really what for me is a testament to what the Philippines as an economy can provide as well.
You guys have already raised $60 million from a private token sale.
We have signed commitments from a number of groups already. Unfortunately, because the price of ETH has gone down significantly over the last 30 days, some of them have said, Nix, can we make our deposit, push back the deposit time? Okay. For some of those, some of these funds, unfortunately, have felt for, I guess, but still, we're focused on shipping product. Sure. Timetable-wise, because we already had something to start with, which is the Make Free wallet. And so version 2.0 will be a fully decentralized ODX wallet. So that should come fairly soon. And with a lot of publishers on board, we're going to really execute on the vision and not let where the crypto markets are hold us back.
Do you want to talk about what we should be expecting, what the public should be expecting in the next, say, 3 to 6 months?
Our first target countries are really Philippines and Indonesia. Just because we already have connectivity to all of the major networks in those markets. Now, having said that, that's the intention, because some of our partners are saying, hey, I have partners in Eastern Europe. Some of our partners are saying, hey, how soon can we bring it to Africa? So we're trying to figure out from a timing and a pacing perspective, given a limited amount of resources and being geographically challenged, how do we really connect the dots and make sure we don't execute haphazardly? So I've been a tech entrepreneur for 20 years. The school of hard knocks, trust me, is the best teacher. Making tons of mistakes teaches you a lot of things. I mentioned earlier as well that we've signed several partners already to ODX. So we've actually engaged with a PR firm to help us get the word out. coming from a market like the Philippines,
Mhm.
it isn't natural for large established media firms and even newly created crypto media firms to pay a lot of attention to an organization that was born out of the Philippines. So we engaged with a peer firm to really be a megaphone for us to announce, hey, we got companies A, B, C, and D on board. It's really more like companies A to Z, and then back to A1 to Z1. So there are a ton of partners who we're very confident we'll be able to announce very soon.
Okay.
So that's another strong sort of expectation that groups who are following ODX can look forward to. And at the same time, with these partners is really an opportunity to generate a lot of traction for our mission. Because as these partners light up, they become free to serve, and them being free to serve means you will have more users getting more access to more publishers, content, apps, and services on the internet, not just limited to a few stakeholders. So ultimately, the biggest utility goes to this base of the pyramid emerging market user. So that's another thing to look forward to.
Did you have any other final words before we wrap this up?
I wanted to reiterate that, the principles of decentralization really is rooted on the fact that wealth should be distributed not only to a few central authorities. Unfortunately, the way the world is comprised, majority of the world's population don't really have access to that wealth. And wealth comes in many shapes, forms, or size. It may come in the form of energy, might come in the form of transportation, might come in the form of being able to invest, might come in the form of getting internet access, being able to get the best entertainment, food, sustenance. Wherever you are in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there's a reason why that is a pyramid. For a lot of emerging market users, they don't have access to basic infrastructure. I'm personally excited about the proper implementation of the blockchain, of the principles of decentralization, to really distribute whatever resources that are so highly concentrated to a select few. And ODX is going to be one of those projects, but I actually see from my colleagues and fellow entrepreneurs in emerging markets, from my region and also in other regions, that there are a lot of exciting projects driven by entrepreneurs who, again, want to make life better for the base of the pyramid.
All right. Thank you, Nix. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honor speaking with you. What you're doing, trying to make the better place, getting them more people online. Good luck to you guys. I look forward to experiencing ODX's free internet when I'm visiting India in the near future.
Okay. Yes.
So that was Nix Nolledo, founder and CEO of ODX, and this has been Smartereum TV with your host Mahesh Sachdev. Thanks for watching.